had to get my 2 cents on Lil Wayne and his so-called cooning. I saw an interview about a month and a half ago. I think it was on Undisputed, something like that, and they were asking him about Black Lives Matter then, and he wasn't really trying to speak about it, and they were talking about Kaepernick also, and he wasn't really too much aware of that either. He knew about it, but he wasn't like really, you know, like what's going on about it, why he do or this and this that. So you know, they continued to talk to him, and he let them know then that he has never experienced racism, and they were, to me, it seemed like they were in disbelief because he's black, and it was a black man on there, a black woman, and a white man, and you know, and I'm quite sure, you know, they are older than him, much older than him, and so of course they, you know, seen it, you know, and probably experienced it also, but he was saying that he has never experienced racism, and the reason why he felt like he never felt racism is because of who he was, and he was blessed. So he felt like what he thought racism was over. They asked him about a time where he performed in Westchester, and it was a bunch of white people there, and Lil Wayne said the only person that he saw, the only black face that he saw was his makeup artist, and so that's when Lil Wayne let it be known that because that he saw all white faces, that's what made him think that racism was over. So I kind of get where his mind frame could be with that, but you do know, you know, if you watch the news and you see what's going on in the world, then you know that racism isn't over. Now, he did a recent interview where the lady was asking him about Black Lives Matter, and he was asking her, what is that? He didn't know that it had a name to it. Basically, he was saying that, you know, some black people got shot by the police over some fucked up reasons, and that's what it was. He didn't know that it was a name to it, but he does. Maybe he just doesn't feel like talking about it, or, you know, because I did see a video where when he started off his concert, he was chanting Black Lives Matter. So, and yeah, so he definitely knows what it is because he was chanting Black Lives Matter and had the crowd going and everything, so he does know what it is.
Black Lives Matter.
And so he was also saying that she asked him, did he feel connected to the Black Lives Matter movement? And he was saying he don't feel connected to nothing. I don't even know if it's a movement, you know. Black lives does matter, you know. Black lives matter, all lives matter, life matters, period. So I don't know if it's a movement, but the only people that he says he's worried about is his 4 kids, and you know, and if somebody feel connected to it, that they crazy. Now everybody is getting mad or bothered that he said he's never experienced racism, but that's his experience, so I don't understand why people are getting mad. You know, that's his experience, and if he says that he's never experienced it, then he's never experienced it. He also had said in the interview on Undisputed that he wasn't really trying to say too much because he didn't want to be bashed for seeming like he on sides. So, I mean, I don't think he should be bashed. His opinion is his opinion. His experiences are his experiences. I don't feel like he is cooning. I feel like, you know, he said exactly why he has not experienced racism. He said he's a rich nigga. So he feels like white people do understand that Black Lives Matter because they're not doing anything to him. So basically, because he's who he is and all this money that he has, he understands that, or he feels like what's going on with, you know, some African American people, it can't happen to him. And I guess people are upset because they're saying that even though he claims to not feel connected because he's black, this is Lil Wayne that we're talking about. Has it ever occurred to anyone that maybe he doesn't feel connected also? Or maybe he's not totally aware because he's always high, or, you know, it seems like Lil Wayne is always high. So maybe that's why he doesn't feel connected. Basically, I get where he's coming from. He doesn't, you know, he sees what's going on, he hears it in the news, but he doesn't focus on it. So I think that's why he's saying he doesn't feel connected, and he's not connected. I can say I'm not connected, and I don't feel connected. I totally feel where he's coming from. Even though I'm not connected, I know that I'm African American, and I know that what happened to these other African American people, it can also happen to me. I do know that. But I feel like, and I know that Lil Wayne does not represent all black men. I don't even feel like Lil Wayne represents black men. Lil Wayne represents himself. I don't, you know, get why everybody going on Lil Wayne. I get racism is still happening. He said he's a rich nigga, so it's no way he can experience racism. And racism not going nowhere. It is what it is. It's not going anywhere. And I see why people are upset, but I also get where Lil Wayne coming from. What he's saying is he doesn't focus on it hard. He feels like he doesn't have to, for the simple fact that he's a rich nigga. He has all this money, so he feels like none of this stuff that's happening to African American people can happen to him. But at the end of the day, I don't understand why so many people are getting their panties in a bunch. I don't understand the big hoopla about Lil Wayne's thoughts on racism. Is he really cooning? I don't think he is, but I definitely get both sides. I try not to, you know, latch onto it too hard, because if you do, that stuff will, you know, stress you out. It's more important stuff than worrying about whether Lil Wayne feels connected or if he's ever experienced racism. We know that we have, those are our experiences, but we can't push our experiences on somebody else. You know, I've experienced racism in my own race, and then, you know, you experience racism on YouTube all the time. So with that being said, like I said, I just want to put my 2 cents in, and deuces.